Welcome to this daily guided meditation practice. This is the Attentive Mind. My name is Nathan, and I'll be guiding you through this meditation practice today. Find yourself a seated position. You want to find something that is both sturdy and comfortable. You don't want to feel like you're about to fall over during the practice, like sitting on the edge of a counter or, who knows, sitting on your foot. You also don't want to be uncomfortable because then you'll want to shift and move during the practice. You kind of want your body to just not be a factor. So being comfortable and sturdy are the two keys to a proper sitting meditation practice. So you can sit in a chair, that works really well. You can sit in a formal practice on the floor. Just find what works for you. We also keep our eyes open during this practice. But of course, if you've learned to practice with your eyes closed, or you feel more comfortable practicing with your eyes closed, go ahead and close your eyes. There are no hindrances here. But if your eyes are open, go ahead and just leave the screen alone and drop your gaze gently down below you. Kind of looking at the floor, the desk, the carpet, whatever is just below you. We're not staring at the floor. We're not looking intently, but we're also not zoned out and blurry. We just have a middle ground here, kind of a gentle, clear gaze directed softly and gently downwards. You're in a nice, comfortable, seated position, sturdy, and your eyes are either closed or open and directed down. Let's begin by taking 3 deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. And let's make sure that our out breath is about twice the length as our in breath. Ready? In through the nose, out through the mouth. In, out, in, and out. Wonderful. Just settle in, allowing everything to be just as it is. We begin by letting go of the control freak within us. Everything is just as it is now, so allow it. And if you're normal, you'll notice that you'll start to judge anyway. Thinking about this practice, worried about the future, comparing. Notice how when we do this, we're not letting things be the way they are. But what really is going on is thinking doesn't know how to allow things to be. Because thinking is always seeking problems and trying to solve them. And you are not your thoughts. They happen by themselves. In the same way that our heartbeat happens all by itself. So meditation isn't about clearing our minds or stopping our thoughts or anything like that. You can't stop thinking. But you can leave thinking alone. You can let it do its own thing and not have such an influence on you. You don't have to be captivated by your thoughts. They're not even yours. And we do this by bringing our attention away from the thoughts, away from the thought factory, and bring it to something present, like the breath. So take a deep breath in and let it go. And just settle your mind on the sensations of the breath. When the breath comes in, we notice the breath is coming in. And when the breath departs, we know the breath is departing. We stay with it and let thinking come and go as it pleases. Let it do its thing. Your only job is to remain with the breath, rising and falling. And I might be catching you thinking already. Notice how you don't know the breath when you're lost in thought. And that's okay. This will happen over and over. Just notice when you're lost in thought and return to the breath. Gently. Be as effortless as you possibly can. Come back. Come back to breathing. Wake up. Wake up from thinking. Return to breathing, rising and falling. Maybe I'm catching you thinking, lost in a fantasy. But it's interesting, isn't it? There seems to be something that pays attention to thinking, but then pays attention to the breath and kind of bounces back and forth. In other words, what is it really that thoughts are talking to? Can that be seen? The breath can be seen, thoughts can be seen, or rather experienced. But what is doing the experiencing? What are thoughts talking to? In the same way you found the breath, inquire this. What hears this voice? Turn the attention back. Is there something to be found? Stay there. What are you? Is there something there? Thinking can't go there. Remain as that and completely rest. All right, you can look at the screen. There's a great teacher, meditation teacher. He's a Buddhist. Well, he was a Buddhist. He died. Is a Buddhist of the Theravada Buddhism, the forest tree tradition. I'm sorry, the forest monks tradition in Thailand. And his name is Ajahn Chah, or was Ajahn Chah. And he's a great meditation master. He has this quote that has always really changed the perspective I have on this practice. And he says, whatever is bothering you, whatever is irritating you, that is your teacher. Whatever is bothering you, whatever is irritating you, that is your teacher. Because when problems show up, difficulties arise over and over and over again, especially for the same kind of thing, like depression, and depression comes up, loneliness, anxiety. It shows up. What do we do? Most of the time, we watch Netflix, smoke a little weed, drink, go out, always distracting ourselves because it gives us peace. It gives us a feeling and a sensation of relief, temporary as it is. But all this is doing is saying, ugh, and it's just going to come right back up. And for me, personally, big part of the practice for me is fear and anxiety. I spent many years very anxious, and I still do have anxiety. It's a weird way of saying it, but it shows up all the time. And anxiety has proven to be my greatest teacher. Because this practice isn't about running. It's about stopping and looking to see what is really going on. Most of the time, we just want relief so bad that we're not able to actually see through the problems, see through it. Like fear, for example. I'll be thinking, oh my goodness, this problem's going to happen and we're all going to die. Or, what is that pain in my leg? It's probably cancer. Oh my goodness, but what if this, what if that? Fear is thinking of the future and putting something negative on it. That's it. And then there's this reaction that perpetuates this cycle of, okay, reasoning, thinking, overthinking about it. Well, yeah, but what if this happens and then that happens? And then it's just thinking over and over again, the future with a negative outcome. And we don't know that unless we turn and look at fear. We say, what if some catastrophe? This practice isn't catered to any specific thing. So when you go online, you type in, and I know I did this for years, meditation for anxiety, meditation for loneliness, meditation for pain, meditation for this. It's a bunch of nonsense. No offense. But the practice is always the same. What irritates you is your teacher. And the reason there's irritation, anxiety, fear, and problems is because we don't know how to let go of thinking. So the practice is the same. We sit down, the breath, let thinking come and go. We learn that. Then we turn. What is it that even has fear? What is it that sits here? It's always the same. The practice we do here every day is meditation for anxiety, it's meditation for depression, it's meditation for this problem, it's meditation for all problems. It's the same. Notice how the questions and the answers in the meditation always goes back to the same thing. So remember, whatever is bothering you, whatever is irritating you, that is your teacher. Thank you for showing up today. Thank you for showing up for your life. And it's always and without exception. I'll see you tomorrow.